Good evening, folks. Good evening, folks. It's your bro, Rich here. Today in this video, I'll be talking to y'all. Today in this video, I'll be talking to y'all about another American classic car, but this time it's a little bit different. It's a pickup truck this time. It's a pickup truck. Frankly, one of the best all-time trucks in the world. So for those wondering what truck I'm talking about, today in this video I'll be talking to y'all about the mighty Chevy El Camino. That's right, I'm doing an El Camino right now. So yeah, I've been doing a pickup truck for quite a while right now. So so today in this video I'll be talking to y'all about the mighty Chevy El Camino. And so yeah, before I get started, make sure you all like the video, subscribe. Like the video, subscribe, comment down below. comment down below what you guys think. Hit the notification bell and hit all, so literally the way to make brand new uploads. Okay, so without any further ado, let's begin. So the mighty Chevy mighty Chevy El Camino. Here we go. So, the El Camino's the El Camino is a coupe, a CUV, coupe utility vehicle that was produced by Chevy between 1959. So between 1959, so 1959, so 1959 to 1960, and 1964, so 1964, so 1964 to 1987. Unlike a standard pickup truck, unlike a standard pickup truck, the El Camino was a the El Camino can't even talk. The El Camino was adapted from the standard two-door Chevy station wagon platform. So the El Camino was unlike a standard pickup truck. The El Camino was adapted from the standard two-door Chevy station wagon platform and integrated both the cab integrated both the cab and cargo bed into the body. Overviews next, so let's do it. So manufacturer was obviously by Chevy and GM. General Motors. Model years is from 59 to 60 and 64 to 87 from the years. Body and chassis next. The class is both a coupe utility and a muscle car. So muscle car. And the layout is front engine rear-wheel drive. Proper layout. For a muscle car, well, muscle pickup truck as you want to call it. So muscle truck. Pretty cool. So unlike a standard pickup truck, the El Camino was adapted from the standard two-door Chevy station wagon platform. So unlike a standard pickup truck, the El Camino was adapted from the standard two-door Chevy station wagon platform and integrated both the cab and cargo bed into the body. Introduced. I can't talk. introduced introduced in the 59 model year in response in response in response to the success of the Ford Ranchero coupe utility, its first run. So its first run, based on the Biscaynes, based on the Chevy Biscaynes, so based on the Chevy Biscaynes B body, lasted only 2 years. Lasted only 2 years. Production resumed 40 60 40 64. So resumed 40 64 model. So 64 model years based on the Chevelle platform. So it's based on the Chevy Chevelle. Which kind of looks like a Chevelle because of like the wheels in the front bumper and all that kind of stuff. So production resumed 64 77 model years based on the Chevelle platform, and continued 78 87 model years based on the G so GMG body line. Oh, not body line, sorry. GMG so GMG so GMG body platform. There we go. Third time lucky, presumably. Anyways, anyways, although based on corresponding GM car lines, so General Motors car lines, the cars classified, the cars the cars the cars the cars classified um the car the cars classified in the U.S. as a pickup truck. So the cars classified in the U.S. as a pickup. So as a pickup truck. GMC's badge engineered um El Camino El Camino variants. So El Camino variants. The GMC Sprint slash Caballero Gen 1 from 1971 to 1970. So from 1971 to 1972. Ow. So I gotta stop doing that because I just felt a little bit like something's odd, and I just okay. I'm not gonna do that. I don't want to break my neck. Anyways, although based on corresponding GM car lines, the car is classified in the U.S. as a pickup truck. GMC's badge engineered. So GMC's badge engineered El Camino variant. The Sprint. So the Sprint was introduced 71 model year, renamed Caballero in 78. So renamed Caballero in 78. So in 78 in 78 it was also produced 87 model year. Next is background. The concept of a two-door vehicle, so two-door car, based on the passenger car chassis with a tray at the rear, began in the U.S. in the 1920s with the Roadster utility, also called either Roadster pickup or light delivery models. Ford excuse me, Ford Australia. So Ford Australia was the first company to produce a coupe utility as a result of a 1932 1932 letter. So 1932 letter. So letter from the wife of a farmer in the state of Victoria, commonly abbreviated as Vic in southeastern Australia. So in southeastern Australia, the second smallest state after Tasmania. So after Tasmania, which is an island state of Australia, 150 miles located. Um, 150 miles located to the south of the Australian mainland and is separated from it by the Bass Strait. Strait is how they call it in Australia. So after Tasmania, with a land area of 227,444, so 227,444 kilometers squared, which is 87,817 square miles. The second most populous state after, the second most populated state after New South Wales, with a population of over 7 million people, and the most densely populated state in Australia by 30.6, by around 30.6 per kilometer squared. And a little bit about the state actually. Victoria's economy is the second largest among Australian states and is highly diversified. So it is highly diversified, with service sectors predominating. Say predominating. Okay, back to the Camino. So in the background, so Ford Australia. So Ford Australia was the first company um to produce a coupe utility as a result of a 1932 letter from the wife of a farmer in Victoria, Australia, asking for a vehicle to go to the a vehicle to go to church and on a Sunday. So a vehicle to go to church and on a Sunday, and which can carry our pigs to market on Mondays. Ford designer Lou Band. I can't pronounce it correctly, but it's spelled first name Lew, second name Bandt. So yeah, first name spelled Lew, so Lew. Last name is spelled Bandt. So Lou is short for Lewis. Yeah, there's some autocorrection going on. So his full name was Louis Thomas. It's like saying Thomas, but taking out the A and the S and putting E and T at the end. So, say Louis Thomas Bend. I can't pronounce it correctly. Born February 26th, 1910. Passed away at March 18th, 1987. Was an Australian car designer, most famous for both designing and building the first Ute coupe utility cars in it. So coupe utility cars in the 1930s. I don't know how he passed away. Okay, so there's a little bit about that. So he was killed on March 18th, 1987, while coming home, while coming home from the ABC, Australian Broadcasting Corporation, uh, TV studios, where he had been recording it, where he had been recording a doc, where he had been recording a documentary, so a documentary about the Utes. He was driving a 1934 model home when he collided with a truck. So when he collided with a truck near Bannockburn, so near the town of Bannockburn, near Geelong, Victoria, Australia, approximately 88 kilometers southwest of Melbourne, situated with the Golden Plains Shire. So Golden Plains Shire, and according to a 2021 census, about 4 years ago, Bannockburn Bannockburn had a population of 6,470 people. So 6,000. So 6,470 people. What's that? 6,500 people there. So he was driving a 1934 model home when he collided with a truck near Bannockburn. Apparently, the note says that he was survived by both his wife and 3 daughters. Like how? I think he was survived by them before he might have got killed. I'm not too sure, but I think it was before that. I don't know if it's something like that. I'm not 100% too sure, but I don't really know. But anyways, so where was I? So Ford designer Louis Bandit, I still can't pronounce it, developed a suitable Louis Bandit developed a suitable a developed ugh, developed a suitable solution, and the first coupe utility model was coupe utility model was released in 1934. So in 1934, he went on to manage Ford's ADD. Not as in like an attention disorder situation type of thing, but ADD as in so as in advanced design department, being being responsible for the body engineering, the body engineering of the XP, so XP, XT, so XP, XT, XW, and XA series Ford Falcon utilities. So Ford Falcon utilities. What was it? Oh yeah. So GM says Australian subsidiary Holden also produced a Chevy coupe utility coupe utility in 1935, and what was Studebaker produced the coupe express from 1937 to 1937 to 1939. The body styling didn't didn't reappear didn't reappear on the American market until the release of the 1950s 1957 Ford Ranchero. Both the coupe utility and the similar open-topped Roadster utility utility con- utility continued in production, but the improving economy of the but the improving economy but the improving economy of the mid to late 30s and and the desire ugh, the desire for improved comfort saw coupe utility sales climb, so like increase higher at the at the expense of the Roadster utility until by 1939. So until by 1939, the latter was all the latter the latter was all but a fading memory. So the latter was all but a fading memory. in 19 in 19 in 1957 in 1957 um Ford Ford introduced Ford introduced Ford introduced the Ranchero and established a new market segment in the U.S. of an automobile platform based coupe utility. That was in 1957. 2 years later in 1959, Chevy responded. They responded with an El Camino. So El Camino to compete with full-sized Ford's full-sized Ranchero. So Ranchero, the origin both the original El Camino and Ranchero would compete directly. So compete directly. Only in the 1959 only in the 1959 model. Only in the 1959 model year. There we go. Okay, one more I'll do and I'll call it a night, which is now officially the first gen El Camino from 1959 to 1960. Here we go. Starting off with the first one is 1959. But before all that, let's do the overview first, as usual. So as usual, model years is from 1959 to 1960. It's assembled in these seven assembly locations. So the first one was at the Baltimore assembly in in the city of Baltimore, Maryland. So the first one was at the Baltimore assembly, Baltimore, Maryland. Number two was at the Flint assembly at number two was at the Flint assembly in the largest city of Genesee, County, Michigan, located along the Flint River, 66 miles north, 66 miles northwest of Detroit. So 66 miles northwest of Detroit. So northwest of Detroit. So Flint assembly at Flint Genesee County, Michigan. Number 3 was the Janesville Assembly at the city of Janesville, Janesville, Rock County, with Rock County, Wisconsin. So Rock County, Wisconsin. So Janesville Assembly at Janesville, Rock County, Wisconsin. Then number 4 is the Lakewood Assembly. It was at the Lakewood Assembly at Lakewood Heights, Atlanta, Georgia. So number 5 was number 4. Number 4 was at the Lakewood. Number 4 was at the Lakewood Assembly at Lakewood, Atlanta, Georgia. Next one is at the number 6 is at the Norwood Assembly at Norwood, Hamilton County, Ohio. So Hamilton County, Ohio. So that was number 5. So it was number 5. Sorry about that motorcycle. So it was number 5. Next one, number 6 was at the St. Louis Assembly in St. Louis. So in St. Louis, Missouri. So St. Louis, Missouri. So the St. Louis Assembly at St. Louis, Missouri. So St. Louis, Missouri. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And last but certainly not the very least is at the my most favorite one, the Van Nuys Assembly. In Van Nuys, San Fernando Valley. So it's the central San Fernando Valley region of LA. So Los Angeles, California. Say Los Angeles, California. So Los Angeles, California. Say Los Angeles, California. Say California. Alright, so that was the last one. So next up is body and chassis. So the platform is a GM B GM B platform. So GM B platform. It's related to these 7 different types of Chevys. The Biscayne, Bel Air, Biscayne, Bel Air, Impala, Brookwood, Parkwood, Kingswood, and Nomad. Next is the powertrain. Starting off with the engine. So we got one inline 6 and a few V8s. So the first one we got is a 235, a 3.9 liter inline 6 motor. So we got a 235. So the first one we got is a 3.9 liter 235. So 3.9 liter 235. So 3.9 liter 235. So 3.9 liter 235. 3.9 liter 235 inline 6. A 4.6 liter 283 V8, and the biggest V8 of them all, the mighty beast itself, a mighty 5.7 liter 350 V8 motor. I mean, it does say 348, but still just ran up to around 350, so it makes much more sense. As for transmissions, so gearboxes, there's 3 versions, so three different types actually. 2 of them are manuals, one's an automatic. So the first one we got is a 3-speed and 4-speed, so 3-speed and 4-speed manual, and the third one actually is a 2-speed Power Glide automatic. Dimensions is next. Not much on there, just a wheelbase and length. So wheelbase is 3023 millimeters. So 3023 millimeters, 119, almost like 120 inches dead on. For wheelbase, length 5300 So 5,357. Or right, it was like 5,360 millimeters. Length is, it says 210.9, but right, it was like 211 inches in total. Okay, next. Okay, moving on. So next part. So the next one. Stolen version raw 1959. Here we go. So the El Camino was introduced. 40 59 40 15 59 model year. 2 years after the Ranchero. According to Chuck Jordan, Chevy stylist, GM Harley Earl had suggested a coupe pickup in 1952. For those wondering who is Harley Earl, his full name is Harley Jarvis or Harvis, and spelled Jarvis Earl, born November 22nd, 1893, in Hollywood, sometimes informally called Tinseltown, a neighborhood and district in the central region of LA County, California, within the city of LA. So he was born November 22nd, 1893, in Hollywood, Los Angeles, California. Passed away at age 75. So at age 75, April 10th, 1969, in the West Palm Beach. So in the city of West Palm Beach, in the county seat of Palm Beach County, Florida. So Palm Beach County, Florida. Located around 68 miles approximately north of downtown Miami. So north of downtown Miami. So cause of death was, what was it? He suffered a stroke and passed away in West Palm Beach, Florida, on April 10th, 1969, and he was just 75 years old. So he passed away from the stroke. May God bless your soul. Rest in peace. Okay, so where was I? So the El Camino was introduced 40, 59, 59, so 59 ow, excuse me, 59 model year. 2 years after the Ranchero, according to Chuck Jordan, Chevy stylist of Chevy, or Chevy stylist. So he's a stylist of Chevrolet. So according to Chuck Jordan, stylist of Chevrolet or Chevy, whichever you want to call it. GM Harley Earl had suggested a coupe pickup. So suggested a coupe pickup in 1952. Like the Ranchero, it was based on both an existing and modified platform. The new 459 Brookwood two-door station wagon itself, based on the redesigned full-sized Chevy of that year. Highly stylized, it initially sold half, so 50% more, briskly than the more conservative Ranchero. Some 22,000 to 14,000, so So it's a difference in those 8,000, pretty much. Okay, so unlike the Brookwood wagon, so both the Brookwood wagon and the sedan delivery variant, the El Camino was able. So the El Camino was available. The El Camino was available. Um, 21% better. That'll be enough, pretty much. So that got much better. So unlike the Brookwood, unlike both the book both the book sorry both the Brookwood wagon, both the Brookwood wagon, and a sedan delivery variant, the El Camino, the El Camino was available with any full-sized Chevy Chevy drivetrain. It came in a single trim level, its exterior using the mid-level Bel Air's trim, and the interior of the low-end Chevy Biscayne. Its chassis featured Chevy's safety girder, X or cross frame design, both that and a full coil suspension. So coil suspension, both introduced in the 58 model year. Say 58 model year. The 119, almost 120 inch wheelbase was 1.5, so one and a half inches, longer. So one and a half inches longer. So 1.5 inches longer, and overall length for all 59 Chevys were up to 210.9, well, 211 inches if you round up. The El Caminos, the El Caminos, the El Caminos payload rating, the El Caminos payload rating, uh, ranged from between 650 to 1150 pounds, which is 290 to 500, to 290 to 520 to 290 to 520 kilos. So that's a difference in around 500 pounds, 230 kilos. So 230 kilos, pretty much, with gross vehicle weights ranging from 44 to 4,900 pounds, so 2,000 to 2,200 kilos. So 500-pound, 200-kilo difference there. Depending on both the powertrain and suspension, the somewhat soft passenger car suspension on the base model left the car level without a load. In contrast, the Ranchero were standard 1,100 pound, somewhere like 450 kilos, something like that. I don't know. Rated, so 450 kilo, 1100 pound, rated heavy duty rear springs, gave it a distinct rake when empty. The quirky level air suspension option. So the quirky level air suspension. So level air suspension option in its second and final year was listed as available, but was almost never seen on any Chevy model, much less an El Camino. The 59 El Caminos. So the 59 El Camino was the 59 El Camino was promoted as the first Chevy pickup built with a steel bed floor instead of a wooden floor. The floor was a corrugated sheet metal inserts secured with 26 recessed bolts. So recessed bolts concealed beneath it was the floor pan from the Chevy from the from the Chevy from the Chevy Brookwood from the Chevy Brookwood two-door wagon, complete with footwells. Box capacity was almost 33 cubic feet. Among the performance motors offered were a 4.6 liter 4.6 liter 283 CID turbofire V8 with either two with either two or four either two or four so two or four barrel carburation, so with either 2 or 4 barrel carburetor. Several 5.7 liter 350 turbo thrust V8s, with either a 4 barrel, so either a 4 barrel or a triple two barrel, a triple two barrel, a triple or triple two barrel carburetors, producing 335 horsepower. Pretty good. 335 horsepower is a lot. That's pretty good. And 290 horsepower, so 40 horsepower difference there. 4.6 liter 283 ramjet fuel injected V8 motors. Hot Rod Magazine so Hot Rod Magazine conducted a test of an El Camino equipped with the hottest. So Hot Rod Magazine conducted a test of an El Camino equipped with the hottest powertrain combo available in early 1959. A monstrous 315 horsepower, triple carbureted, solid lifter, 5.7 liter 350 V8 motor made it to a four-speed manual. Pretty good. Staff testers clocked a 0 to 60 times of around 7 seconds. Estimated top speed of 130, and predicted 14-second 100-mile quarter-mile performance times with a rear axle ratio suitable for drag racing installed. A total of 22,246 El Caminos were produced for 1959. That bested the count of 21,706 first year, so Gen 1 rancheros made in 1957, and a 14,169 Ford sedan pickups built in direct competition for the 59 model year. Okay, last one we'll do for tonight is 1960. classic year, proper year for muscle cars. Pretty cool with the big V8s. The similar, the similar, but less, the similar but less flamboyant 1960 model started at 2366 dollars. It's over 23 less than 2400 bucks. Not bad for a six for an inline six for an inline six model. Another 107 right up to like $110. $110 for a V8 for a V8 with the two barrel carbureted with a two barrel carbureted with a two barrel carbureted 4.6 liter 283 V8 motor. At first glance, the exterior once again had a Bel Air look to it. So, had a Bel Air look to it. With that series' bright metal jet, applique and narrow trailing molding. So narrow trailing molding. Used to accent the rear quarters. Inside Biscayne Brookwood appointments also persisted. The seat was now covered in stripped pattern cloth with vinyl facings. Available available interior available interior trims available interior trim shades were once again were once again were once again were once again gray were once again gray blue gray blue so gray blue and green so gray blue and green. Floor coverings were in medium tone vinyl. So medium tone vinyl. So medium tone vinyl. Mid 59 powertrain availability was carried over with minimal changes for 1960. The base, so the standard 4.6 liter 283 V8 was detuned a bit for fuel economy and was now rated at 170 horsepower, and the fuel injected motors were officially gone. Orders plummeted by a third, so plummeted by 75%. It's like decreased by 75%. Say decreased by 75% to just 14,163. At which point Chevy at which point Chevy discontinued the model. Meanwhile, Ford moved 21,000. So Ford moved 21,027 of their Rancheros, which were now based on the brand new Falcon compact. So which were now based on the brand new. So which are now based on the brand new. Which are now based on the brand new Falcon. So brand new Falcon compact. The pioneering Americans. The pioneering American sedan pickups just didn't connect. So just didn't connect. It's like joined together with enough car buying Americans. So in other words, they just did not connect with with enough American buyers who wanted to buy the cars in the first place. So they just didn't connect with enough car buying Americans. Perhaps these early crossovers didn't. Perhaps these early crossovers didn't carry enough passengers, in a time when baby boomer families dominated the market. So in a time when baby I can't even talk when baby boomer families dominated the market. Say dominated the market. Three across was the best they could offer. Cargo volume, cargo volume was so cargo volume was cargo volume was meager or major. I can't pronounce it well, but it's spelled MEAGE. So MEAGER compared with pickup trucks. So compared with pickup trucks, the low level trim. Say the low level trim. So both the low level trim and marketing efforts marketing efforts focused almost exclusively on commercial customers. So both the low level trim and marketing efforts focused almost exclusive. So both the low level trim and marketing efforts focused almost exclusively on commercial customers may have inhibited sales as well. Okay, last part, and I'll call it a night for there. Okay, so we'll close. We got production numbers after that. So between the discontinuation of the Gen 1 and the intro of the Gen 2, the Chevy Greenbrier, based on the Corvair platform, replaced the El Camino as Chevy's car-based pickup. So it replaced the El Camino as Chevy's car-based pickup. Last part is production numbers. So far we got 1959 and 1960. So in 59 they produced 22,246 of those cars, and in 1960 they produced 14,163, which brings a total of, if I do the math, around 35,000. Wait. No, 36,000. 36,409, presumably, if my math is correct. I think, I don't know, something like that. Okay, so that will be it for tonight. So for my next El Camino video will be about the Gen 2 El Camino from 1964 to 1967. Say from 64 to 67. Okay, so that'll be it. If you guys like this video, like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Comment down below what you guys think. Hit the notification bell, and like the video, subscribe, comment. Like the video, subscribe, comment. So like the video, subscribe, comment down below what you guys think. Like the video, subscribe, comment down below what you guys think. Hit the notification bell, and hit all so you later don't want to make brain uploads. Okay, I gotta go. I am getting tired right now. So the next video will be about the Gen 2 El Camino from 64 from 64 to 67. Okay, so what is the time now? I gotta check real quick what the time is. Oh, it's not until 12. If it is, I'm screwed. Oh, 10:35. It's not too bad. Okay, so that's gonna wrap it up for tonight. So again, if you guys like this video, like and subscribe. Comment down below what you guys think. Hit that notification bell and hit all so you literally don't want to make brand new uploads. Okay, I gotta go. I'll see you guys soon in the next video. But until then, stay safe. Stay safe. So stay safe. Stay safe. Have a great evening, and have a great day tomorrow morning. And I'll see you guys soon. And I'll see you guys soon in the next video. So yeah, take care. So take care, folks. So take care, folks. Stay safe. So take care, folks. So take care, folks. Stay safe out there. And and I'll I'll see you guys soon. So good night, ladies. So good night, ladies and gentlemen. So good night. So, good night, folks. So, good night. So, good night, folks.